14th October 2017. It was that day when an object coming from space passed very fast near our Earth. No space agency knew about this object because it was never detected before. It was only 5 days after seeing this object that something happened in which all the scientists were shocked. Actually, once again the same object was noticed in radar. But this time the behavior of this object had changed a lot. The speed of this object was so high that it went towards interstellar space. What was the secret of this unknown space object? Finally, what was the secret of its strange speed, strange trajectory, and its properties? You will know this in today's video. Welcome back to Digital Diaries video. 5 years ago today, this object passed near our Earth. NASA and all other space agencies observed this incident, and they were very surprised because this object had never been seen in our solar system before. The sudden appearance of this object on the radar was surprising to all. In astronomy, it happens that any object is detected before it comes close to our Earth, but in the case of this object, it was not at all. There are many observers on Earth who are detecting space rocks, but no one could find this object. The sudden appearance of this object was very surprising for the scientists. Scientists were even more surprised when the same object appeared to them again 5 days later. But this time this object had gone far away from our Earth. His speed and his trajectory were very surprising. The time the project was spotted by University of Hawaii astronomer Robert Barbic. He had seen this object with panoramic survey telescope, which was named Oumuamua. In fact, this is a very strange object. Its fast speed gave the scientists only 11 days to study. The object then disappeared from the telescope's view forever and exited our solar system. While tracking this object, scientists had assumed that it would follow a hyperbolic orbit like any other space object because the gravitational force was acting on it. But when the scientists saw its path, it was completely different from what they thought. This object was not following a hyperbolic orbit. The deviation in his path could be clearly seen. Seeing this, scientists began to have more doubt about this object. Here is a question whether it was an alien spaceship which passed near our Earth while looking for us humans. Were the aliens reading in it stepping on us? Let's find answer to these questions. According to the study of scientists, this object came from Vega star. This star is about 237 trillion kilometers away from us. This object was very long to see. This object, Oumuamua, means messenger. By the time scientists saw this object, it had gone far away from our solar system. Seeing this raised his head in many questions. But two things worried the scientists a lot. The first of them was that this object made a strange accelerate after being close to the sun. After all the calculations, the scientists still did not understand anything. Now again, the same question is that acceleration of this object in this way is the result of an internal force. And the second thing that puzzled the scientists so much was the strange shape. According to an estimate, this object is 10 times longer than its size. When the news of this object broke in 2017, all the magazines and media were filled with the same speculation. Somewhere it was called hydrogen lamp, or somewhere it was given the name of space rock. Astronomer Avi Loeb of the University of Harvard had a claim that these objects are artificial constructions. One thing is clear here, that this object has openly challenged our physics and astrophysics. It was very dramatic for this small object to escape the gravitational range of our massive star, because it was not shooting fire from behind like a comet. Rather, this object came very smoothly. According to scientists, this object did not lose any matter, nor did it leave gas behind. On October 7, 2017, this object moved towards an unknown point to Pegasus constellation. From here, this object was completely blacked out for us. Now, this object was so far away that it was not enough for the telescope to capture its light, due to which this object was removed from our eyes forever. Here comes our question: is this an alien spaceship? It is much more difficult to answer because we can neither see nor study it now. In starting, scientists said that there is a comet, but its speed was still beyond the understanding of scientists. Astrophysicist Samuel Bale says that this object cannot be called comet because neither it has left dust behind nor does any estimated part of it exist. So here he brought forward the solar radiation hypothesis, under which the speed of this object is the result of radiation from the sun. Now, how much truth is there in this? Only time will tell. But what do you think? Whether it is a natural object or an alien spaceship? Be sure to comment and take care of yourself. We will meet you in another next wonderful video.